How do you align your budget with strategy? How do you make your money follow your mission? So, Blockbuster, they spent millions of dollars on new locations in 2008. You remember that? And Netflix they were pouring money into streaming technology. Blockbuster's budget was perfectly aligned with the wrong strategy. Today, I'll show you how to make sure every dollar you spend is actually moving you toward your goals, not away from them. So here's the most brutal truth. Most companies treat budgeting and strategy planning like they are two separate planets. That's not true. Strategy happens in boardrooms with vision statements and 5-year plans. Budgeting happens in spreadsheets with last year's numbers plus 10%. And so what is the result? You end up funding yesterday's priorities with tomorrow's money. I've seen companies declare, we are going digital first in January, then spend 80% of their budget on traditional marketing and physical infrastructure. It's like you saying, you want to get fit while budgeting all your money for pizza delivery. So the framework would be looking at 3 strategic questions. Aligning budget with strategy comes down to answering those 3 questions ruthlessly and honestly. And here are the questions. Question number 1, what are we actually trying to achieve? Not the fluffy mission statement, but the specific measurable outcomes. Are you trying to acquire 10,000 new customers? Are you trying to launch in 3 new markets? Are you trying to increase your customer lifetime value by 25%? So get crystal clear on this, because vague strategies create scattered budgets. Question number 2, what are the activities that directly drive those outcomes? This is where most companies derail. They confuse activity with impact. Just because social media marketing is trendy does not mean it's the best way to reach your specific goals. If your strategy is to become the premium brand in your category, maybe you should spend less on discount promotions and more on product development and customer experience. Question number 3, what can we stop doing? This is the hardest question, but the most important question. Every dollar spent on the wrong thing is a dollar not available for the right thing. When Adobe shifted from selling software to subscription services, they did not just add cloud infrastructure costs, they dramatically reduced spending on retail partnerships and physical distribution. So what is a practical process? Here's how to actually do this. Start with your strategic priorities and assign them percentages. If customer acquisition is your top priority, maybe that's 40% of your budget. If product innovation is your second, that is 30%. If operational efficiency is your third, that's 20%. And the remaining 10% keeps the lights on. And now here comes a reality check. Look at last year's actual spending and categorize every expenses by which strategic priority it supports or supported. I guarantee you'll be shocked. Companies that say innovation is their top priority often spend more on office snacks than on R&D. Now, I'm just giving you an example, exaggerated example. But the gap between what you say matters and where you spend the money matters. That's your action plan. You need to shift resources from the overfunded priorities to the underfunded ones. And yes, this means saying no to things that feel important but do not align with your strategy. So when Amazon decided to dominate cloud computing, they didn't just add AWS as a side project. They shifted massive resources away from other initiatives and poured billions into infrastructure, millions into hiring and technology development. Their budget reflected their strategic thrust. When Tesla decided to accelerate sustainable transport, they did not spread their limited resources across every possible green technology. They focused ruthlessly on electric vehicles and battery technology, even when it meant saying no to seemingly good opportunities in solar and energy storage initially. So in closing, your budget is your strategy in action. Every line item is a vote for what kind of company you're becoming. Making sure you are voting for the future is actually what you want to do, not the past that you are comfortable with. Because in business, what you fund ultimately is what and who you will become. Thank you.